Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to pause the video because my baby woke up. Okay, so anyways, finish your story, right? So, my mom and my oldest son are getting ready to leave and go back to Vegas. And as I'm hugging my son goodbye, my mom, which she has never said to me ever before in her life, she said it to my dad all the time, but she would never say it to me. Never heard these words. And she goes, "I love you." And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I heard her, but I tried to act like I didn't because I was like, that is just fucking weird. Like, it made me feel so awkward. And then she said it again to make sure I heard it and gave me eye contact, which made it even 1,000 times even more awkward because she never gave me eye contact like that before and was just like, "I love you." Like, okay, you fucking weirdo. God damn, like it was just so fucking unbelievably awkward. And all the kids were there, even the younger kids. So I was just like, I didn't want to make it weird for them. So I was just like pretending and going along with it, just like it was normal and was just like, "Love you too." But on the inside, I was like, what the fuck is this about? Like it was just so unbelievably weird. So some months go by and I'm just enjoying being a new mom, expanding my family because he was not planned. But the moment I found out I was pregnant, like it was so weird. It was so different because all the other times I'd be like, "Oh my gosh," like I was happy, but it was almost like shocking at the same time. At this point, I was just happy. I was just nothing but happy and completely grateful. And ever since then, um, I've truly fell in love with motherhood because I have healed so much. Because I have because I've healed so much and done so much healing work that I don't have all of that toxic energy holding on to me anymore, and I don't it's just different. It's just different. So anyways, I've just been able to completely fall in love with motherhood. And so I'm just enjoying taking care of my babies and um just expanding my family and working on myself and just knowing like, okay, like spirit's with me, like no matter what. Like at that point, like I knew, like after everything I've been through some shit. Like I knew at that point, like I'm different. I'm just made different. I didn't know that I was like extremely rare at that point, but I knew like, okay, there's just something different on my life. Like and spirit's got my back. Like the universe is always going to be there for me and always have my best interests at heart. Like I don't have to stress and worry about things anymore. Yes, I'm still human. I still have to put some things into action, but I don't have to stress about it because whatever comes from me putting in work comes from it, and whatever doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe it just wasn't for me. So anyways, I'm just in this place of like I'm on like cloud nine. Like I'm happy. Like I've moved away. I moved away from, I didn't know that it was necessarily toxicity that I had moved away from, like moving away from my parents, but I just knew like whenever I was away from them, I just felt 1,000 times better. Um, so, anyways, I'm just enjoying being a mom, but money's starting to get low, and I'm just like, I'm not like, and I know, like, I can't, like, I'm not sending my kids to a daycare. Like, that's, first of all, like, all of my money would probably go to some damn daycare. And I don't want to send my brand new newborn baby that I'm still breastfeeding. I'm not trying to do all that. Like, and then when I did try to actually, like, I still breastfed him, but when I was trying to give him a bottle, he wouldn't even take a bottle anyway. So that would have stressed the hell out of me. So, anyways, I'm like, I'm trying everything in my power. Like, what can I do at this point? Like, I didn't come all the way out here just to turn around and go back. Like, I need to figure something out, and nothing was working. So eventually I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna have to call my parents. And so I call them and I tell them about my situation, and they're like, okay, like they offered, well, my mom offered to, we're pay for your plane tickets to come back out here and you can come stay with us. Like, I'm appreciative and I really don't have any other choice, but that's really not what the fuck I want to do. Like, I don't want to stay with y'all. Like, I left you guys. Like that was cool. Like, and I was a little, I wasn't mad at the universe, but at that time, I was just like, okay, universe, like, what the hell is this all about? Like, why did you send me out here to only last 6 months to come right back, and then and then to come back and live with my parents? Like, on top of that, like, I had my own place when I was in Vegas. I just left all of that. Like, and now I'm gonna be back under this toxic ass roof. Like, okay, I'm trying to stay positive here, but I'm like, all right, some way, somehow, this is working out in my favor. It just has to. So I get back to Vegas, and even on the plane right there, I was just like, I was just, it was so crazy. Like, when you're just not around these people, you just automatically raise your vibration, your frequency. So I was still like, I'm okay, I'm cool. The moment I saw my mom in that airport, it was just like, damn, fuck. It was just like, reality just hit me in that moment, was just like, fuck. Like, and then she had a completely different attitude, because when she thought I was in North Carolina and was never coming back, oh, I have to play this certain role, like, of being the nice guy. And that's why she was like, I love you. Like, okay. But then when I came back to Vegas, it was none of that. It was no hug. It was no, I'm greeting you like, oh, I'm so happy you're home. Like, none of that. It was just this weird standoffish. It was weird, but it was just the standoffish feeling that, yes, I was used to it, but it was still weird, because it was like, you just was like all weird and awkward talking about you love me, and now you're back to this shit. Like, okay, all right, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna stay positive, because I got this new baby, I got my kids. Like, I've literally fallen in love with motherhood. I'm not worried about you. Like, you, whatever, like, that's you and your world. So time's going by, and I'm starting to see, like, things are really toxic. Like, and like, we had a few conversations where things just seemed off to me. And she had mentioned how, like, oh, like, when your dad gets old, I'm going to put him in a home and I'll be off shopping and spending his money. And it's just like, this is somebody that you've been with for like decades, and you are counting on their demise to finally live your life and be happy. Like, and then there was a part of me that was just like, that's just not right. And then the compassionate side of me was like, I felt bad for her, because it was like, you feel like you can't actually be free and live your life until this person becomes sick. Like, damn, that sucks. And then other things, like, like, people make fun of your dad on how cheap he is. And then I felt bad for her, because it was like, wow, this person is so controlling with money. And then she told me how much she actually made, and I'm like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that my entire life we've been more than okay, but this person has been so cheap in survival mode that I took that on, and like, now I'm in survival mode, and I will only spend money on what I have to just to survive, all because of somebody's mindset. Like, wow. So I'm having all of these realizations, and I'm feeling bad for her, because I'm like, people are making fun of you. Like, I could tell, like, she felt bad, and it was like, you technically, because he makes more than enough money, you don't even have to work a job, but yet you're still working a job. And when I realized that, working those jobs, like, you're a part of the matrix, and it's like, you're doing that whole thing all because of somebody's mindset. And so I just felt bad for her, even though I knew she was a narcissist at this point, a covert narcissist, but I was still holding on to that hope, like, you can change. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not here to pass judgment on anybody. I'm gonna start making a course, like, on how to heal, because I've done the work myself. I'm still doing it. I'm still currently doing it in this moment. I've overcome so many things. Let me go ahead and start creating this course, because I didn't have any money at the time. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any type of income. So I'm like, okay, and Christmas was coming up just last year. This is so crazy. It's a year later. And I'm like, okay, Christmas is coming up. Like, I don't have any money, but I can gift you with this course. So I put my all into this course. I mean, I was up late at night after the kids went to sleep. I'm still breastfeeding, got feeding the baby in one arm, typing with the other. Like, I'm getting this course done. I'm pouring everything into it so I can get it ready to gift it to her for Christmas. So it's a online course. It's not like I can like wrap it up and gift it and make it look all pretty and shit and put it under a tree. So I send it to her email, right? And I can see she's still doing her like narcissistic ways and these narcissistic tactics, and like telling my kids like, oh, everybody has the same amount of presents but I don't have any, like trying to play the victim. And it's like, why would you say that shit? Like first, and you know damn well you got something under that tree for you. Like, you're trying to play like what the fuck? So I'm just like, you know what, once you get that gift that I sent you, the real healing can begin. And gosh, whatever. So then I'm like, okay, I tell her, I sent something to you in your email. And she's like, oh, I can't open it. Something's going on. She's asking my dad to help her. And she's like, something's going on with the internet, like whatever. So I'm just like, I'm so tired because I had been up for like 5 nights in a row trying to get this shit done. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, get to it tomorrow if you can. Like, no big deal. So one day goes by. Okay. Nothing said. Okay. 2 days go by. I'm like, hello? 3 days go by. Like, like the internet's working fine for me. Like, the fourth day, I was like, wow, you saw that shit. You saw it. And you don't want to admit to me that not even admit. The thing is, okay, like I said, we're originally from, yeah, we both are from England, right? But she still has her accent. I don't, because I moved here when I was 10. And then it's a long story. I grew up around Air Force bases because my dad is technically my stepdad. He's American. He was in the Air Force. So 6 months before we moved from England, I went to an American school out there with a bunch of American kids. So I lost my accent out there before I even came here. However, a lot of the culture and everything still sticks with me. So being from England, we are very big on manners and being polite. So, even if something's not even your fault, what am I trying to say? Somebody else bumps into you and you say sorry like it was your fault. Like, you'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. And it's like, you didn't even do shit. Like, anyway, so I'm saying all that to say, I expected at least a thank you. Like, thank you. Like, obviously, I don't have any money. So me gifting you that, like, I'm trying, right? But I didn't even get a thank you. And I was just like, wow. And that's the moment it hit me. That's when I was like, oh, you're not trying to change. You don't want to heal. All these feelings that I've had all of these years, because in 2020 is when I had my first spiritual awakening. And that's when I found out about narcissism. And that's when I found out about covert narcissism. And that's when I found out that these people are really jealous of you. They see a light within you, and they're constantly trying to compete with that. So I was like, holy shit, like, wow, like, and even knowing that, still holding on to hope. And at that point, I was like, I pulled the reins back, if that's how you say it. Like, I pulled my energy back, and I was just like, okay, you know what? You're not trying to heal. I'm going to focus on myself. And so I pulled my energy back. I got real quiet. I kept to myself. And yeah, I just kept to myself, and I just started realizing, like, all of the petty arguments that were happening that weren't like between me, but between her and my father, the way they lived, like all of the four untrained dogs that they had. I'm like, when you have one dog that's not trained and you think like, I'm gonna get another one, like, okay, like maybe you're thinking like, this dog can, if I train this one, maybe this one will learn. And it's just like, okay, but then you get a third. Like, why would you do that? And then you get a fourth dog, and then it's like, what in the fuck is going on? And so that's when I realized these aren't animals, because these people don't get them to take care of them and to pour love into them. It's so that they can feel loved and they can feel wanted by these animals. So I was like, wow, like I'm just having all these realizations. And I'm like, the way that house is always dirty, it's like they clean, but they clean just enough just to like make the surface look good. Like if somebody were to just come over, they would think like, oh, the house is not that bad. But it's like, no, if you really in there and you looking around and you really see it, like you see like this shit is dirty. Like, and so I ended up being there. It was like I didn't know how long I was gonna be there, but I didn't want to be there. So I'm like, this is gonna be short term. This is only gotta last like a few months. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Man, it ended up turning into an entire like almost an entire year. Damn, because it's about to be Christmas again. Wow. Um so yeah, it's about to be Christmas 2025. So I was there for almost a year. And I'm just like, okay, spirit, like what the fuck, like still like I'm like I'm just gonna go with the flow. But looking back, I can see, well, let me finish what happened. Let me finish telling y'all what happened. So when you are dealing with people that you have outgrown, you start realizing their toxic ways, their narcissistic tactics, or maybe they're like a sociopath, and you're starting to realize like these people are not like up here, like they're just not okay, and you have been programmed and conditioned your entire life and completely changed who you are in order to please these other people who aren't even fucking right in the head in the first place. So those type of people, you will either walk away or they will just naturally drift out of your life. And so they're like, oh, we're gonna move to Texas. It was just like, damn, like, yeah, like this. I was watching some YouTube videos and they were saying like this is what happens, like these type of people when you don't resonate with them anymore, when the lessons are learned, they will naturally leave your life. And so I'm just going along with it, and they're like, oh, we're going to move to Texas, and like, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to come with us? And it's just like, mm-hmm, yeah, sure. In my head, I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I ain't fucking going. I'm not doing this shit anymore. Like, nah, that's it. And that's when I started realizing, like, damn, you're that one. You're the curse breaker that came here to end this shit. Like, if like you tried your best to try to get this person to, because you knew at this time that you were a generational curse breaker, but you're like, I want you to heal as well. Like, if we could all heal, like it would be kumbaya, and like kumbaya, my lord. Like we would fucking, like everything would just be amazing. Like we could just move on, and like I will completely forget about all everything that's happened. Like I don't care. Like who gives a fuck? Who cares? Like let's just move on and let's just be one big happy family. But again, like once I saw like, oh, this person's not trying to heal, and then they naturally were like drifting out of my life. They're like, oh, we're moving to Texas. And then I could see like they were, my mom really, because my dad, we never really spoke, like everything was quiet, but he like enabled my mom, like oh well, you shouldn't, or telling me like you shouldn't have an attitude, like when growing up, like don't have an attitude with her, like that's your mom, like, and constantly letting her get away with all this bullshit that she was doing. And that I've come to realize that the enablers are just as bad. Like I would always give this person a pass, and like maybe that, like no, they're just as fucking bad. Okay. um but anyway, so they're making this move, and she believes that I'm coming with her. And it's like, oh, like yeah, you can find an apartment out there, and just like, and it's like, so you want me to just keep playing it small, just find like a little apartment, and just just go find a little whatever job. And I'm like, I've already know like that route is not for me. It's not for me. So I'm like, wow, here you go again, like just trying to play this whole narcissism role, and just like trying to keep me as your bait, your supply, and just keep playing it small. Like, oh, we're going to go buy a house, but you can just have a little apartment and go work some crappy job and just work your ass off and hustle and take care of all these kids. And I'm going to present to you like I'm living this amazing lifestyle, when it's like, I've already woken up to all of this. Like I see the truth now. I see that you are not really living the way you want to live, but you're trying to make me feel that way to keep me playing it small and have me dim my light. So everything, I was just connecting the dots all the way through. And then the time came to where they went out to Texas to go buy a house. And during that time, I was like, that's the time I need to get the fuck up out of here. I need to go. And I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. But like that's it. And I was so proud of myself because when I was younger, I used to run away from home, not knowing like not about narcissists. I just knew like I couldn't stand being in that type of environment and being treated and just and feeling that way, right? And so I would just run away from home because I was just like a child and I was just like, I just want to get away from this. But this time I was like, I'm not just gonna up and just leave. I'm gonna let them know. And I can't tell them face to face because it would just be it would be all types of drama and fake bullshit and fake tears and all this fake, like I'm not trying to do that. But I sent them a text message, a linked one, like to both, not a linked one, like like when like you send, like you have a group text, that's what I sent a group text to both of them saying like, I'm not doing this out of anger, I'm doing this out of love for myself, like I love you guys, but I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. I've moved out, and while you guys were gone, like I didn't move out as soon as y'all left. I stayed here and took care of your dogs like you asked me to, because it ain't their fault that they're not trained and they shit all over the house and piss and just nasty. It's not their fault, right? So I took care of them properly, and I'm a huge woman of my word. Like I did what I was supposed to do. But on that last day, when you guys are coming back in less than, I don't know how many hours, I'm gonna take that opportunity and I'm out. And that was it. That was it. And so I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was going, but I just had this peace. And I still like just carry this peace within me and just know that everything's going to be okay. Like, like I know now at this point, I am that generational curse breaker. And so I'm telling you all of this so you can see my journey. You can watch my journey and you can resonate with it and see your own journey as well, because these are the type of things that we go through, and to hold on and to have that faith and have that hope. Because when I left, I ended up having to stay with a friend for a few nights, and they were like, okay, like, well, what are you gonna do? And I'm just like, shit, I don't know. Like, well, I guess I'll just stay here. And they're like, and I didn't say that, but they were like, like you're gonna have to find somewhere to go eventually, like for you and the kids. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So they're taking me around to different like charities and but looking for like homeless shelters. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking live in a homeless shelter, but at the same time, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm damn sure ain't going back to that shit. So and besides, even if I did, because they mentioned like, well, why don't you just go back to your parents? And if you don't, I'm like, they're leaving. Like they sold their house. Their house has already been sold. These new owners are planning on moving in. They just bought a house out in Texas. Like, I'm not going out there. Like, I'm not doing that. So anyways, we go around to homeless shelters and to like these charity offices that like place you in homeless shelters. And everybody's like, well, technically you're not homeless because you have a place to sleep. I'm like, well, I can't stay there. Like, they was just giving me the runaround, and I'm just like I don't want to do this anyways, but at the same time, I need somewhere to go. So we go to this one place, and again, the lady's like, sorry, can't help you, bye. Like, what the fuck? So I go outside and I'm telling my friend, and she was like, no, we going back in there and we're going to talk to somebody else. And thank God she did, because we literally went in there, talked to somebody else. The very next day, she had a place for me. Was it what I wanted? Absolutely not. But I was so grateful. Like, when she told me because what she said was, I'll call you, because I had my baby with me. The other kids were in school. So she was like, you don't have to stay here for hours. I'll call around and try to find you a place. I'll call you later on. And even if it's after hours, I'll call you personally on your cell phone. So I was like, all right, cool. I just had so much faith that she was going to make it work. And so that night, I'm like, okay, like I go like 8-9 o'clock, like, is my bedtime. So like around that time, and I'm like, I haven't heard from this lady. Like, no, man, like, don't be another one of those people. Like, come on. So never heard from her. So we go back up there the next day, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't call. She's like, I didn't find anything, but let me call this one place. She made a phone call. I was standing there for maybe 5 minutes, and she was like, all right, here you go. She handed me a piece of paper with this address on here. She was like, here you go to this address. I got you a 90-day hotel voucher. And I was like, holy shit, like it brought tears to my eyes because I was stressing out, like all that night. I was just like, well, like, what the fuck? Where am I going to go? Like, I don't want to be out on the streets. Like, what am I going to do? So yeah, she's like, we got this hotel voucher for you. And I was like, I can do that. Like, that's something I can do. Like, all right, cool. And so I looked up the address on my phone, and it was a popular hotel chain. I was like, all right, like, not ideal, but like I can make that work. So me and my friend, while the kids are in school, we're like, well, why don't we just go check it out while we're, on this side of town before we have to go back and get the kids out of school. So we go pull up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, hell no. The logo and the sign for this hotel chain that I thought it was had cardboard on it. The place looked abandoned. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is it? Oh my God. And so my friend, she's been driving me around doing all these places, and so I don't want to sound ungrateful in front of her because she did all of this for me and didn't ask anything in return. But I'm looking at this place like, nah, like I can't have my kids here. Like, oh fuck. And so I go into the lobby, and they're going over like the rules and stuff, and it's like that right there made me feel like a damn child. Like, like we don't, us chosen ones, like we don't do good with authority. We don't do good with people telling us what we can and can't do. Like, we're not bad people, we're good ass people, we're amazing people. Like, we don't need to be told you should do this, you should do that, you need to have common courtesy. That's just who we are. We don't need you to tell us that. So I'm just like going through the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm tired, but I'm just going through the just I don't know. I'm just going through the steps of everything, right? I'm just going through it. And then she walks me up to my room, and we're walking through the hallways, and the hallways are just dirty. There's a stench in the air. You could hear people yelling at their kids in from the rooms, and I'm just like, bro, like, what the fuck? And then we get to my room, and I was just like, all right, here we go. She opens up the door, and I'm just like, okay. And that is this shit right here. And I know, like, it doesn't look half bad, and it's like, you should be grateful. Am I grateful? Hell yeah, because I could be outside, and it's cold right now. It's the freaking wintertime, like, and it's about to be Christmas. It's the holidays. I don't want me and my kids outside. So am I grateful? But does this match me? No. So I'm like, and then my oldest son, he gets out of school early, so he was here helping me bring my stuff in, and it was just quiet. He was quiet. Like, I didn't need him to say anything. I could just tell, like, he was like, fuck, like, I don't want my mom and my brothers and my sister to be in this shit. And then we go back on the other side of town, tell the kids, I'm like, I have a place for us. And they're like, oh, yay. Like, yeah. And I don't want to be like, don't be too excited, because again, I don't want to sound ungrateful in front of my friend. So I'm just like, oh, fuck. Like, all right, so we pull up, and I'm like, here we go, guys, we're here. And they're quiet. And I'm just like, wow. And we go into the lobby, and my daughter, she just starts crying, and she's like, mommy, I don't want to stay here. And I'm just like, I know, baby, like, this is what it is right now. This is what I can do. I'm like, I'm so unbelievably sorry. Like, just, we're going to make this work. We're going to be okay. Like, the biggest thing is that we're together. And then we get to the room, and they're just like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, the first 2 nights, like, I was so absolutely disgusted. I didn't even shower because the bathroom was nasty, and all I could think about is all the different bodies that have been in there. It was dirty, and I'm crying in front of the kids, and it was horrible. And so on the 3rd day, and then, okay, so I have eczema. I used to have eczema really, really bad. So taking showers was hard for me because, like, it would feel good in the moment, but then I'd get out and dry off, and my skin would just immediately dry up. So before we had got here, once I had done some real healing work, the crazy ass itchiness, that's how you know it's spiritual, because that crazy itchiness was gone. The dryness, however, still affects me. And so, but regardless of all of that, before I had got here, when I was still living with my parents, I got to a point where I was able to shower twice a day. That is huge. When I got here, those first 2 nights, I didn't even shower. I didn't even want to step foot in that bathroom. I was like, mm-mm. But then on the third day, I was like, okay, like I have to. Like, what kind of person? Like, what kind of person that you have a bathroom available and you're not taking use of it? Like, just, I know it's dirty, but I went to the dollar store. I got some cleaning products and I cleaned it the best I could. And I took a shower and I felt so much better. I felt so much better. Still didn't feel completely good, still, because I also started seeing, which not anymore because I had them come and spray in the room, which was another thing. It was like y'all really spraying, you not go ask us to leave, you just start spraying bug spray, we're breathing in all these toxic chemicals. So that was a whole nother thing, but I'd rather deal with that than deal with these fucking roaches. So yeah, it was just horrible. Like that first week, it was just like, and then they're like, you know, you need to find a job. And I'm just like, you don't understand. Like, I'm one of those ones. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, actually, I'm an earth angel. I'm not supposed to be working these 9 to 5. Like, and it was just, everything was just so stressful. And so I want to say like a week and a half of being here, because I've been here for like a little over 2 weeks. So after a week and a half, I was just like, all right, that's it. Like, if something came over me and it was just like, look what the hell you just walked away from. Like, is this ideal? No, but look what you just walked away from. Look what you're telling the universe. Like, look what you just broke a generational curse. Like, you think you're not going to be okay? And that's why I'm telling this whole story, this whole journey, because I know it's hard. I know what you've been through, but do you really think that you just went through all of that to break a curse, or you're getting ready to break a curse, to not turn around and be blessed for to have that back pay, all of that shit that you went through, and you still standing, you still want to help yourself, you still want to help others, you still have love within you, you still have faith, you still have hope. Of course it's going to work out for you in your favor. You got to, and this is what I understood about my reality right now. It's like the inside me, like I'm a completely different person. You have to be to break a generational curse. You can't be the same person. You can't still have the same mindset. I've broken all of that. So it's like looking at the exterior and this fucking ugly ass popcorn ceiling. Like, I'm like, what? Anyways, I'm like, this is just the universe crumbling down my old reality. It has to crumble down. How can you build up a new reality on a shaky foundation? It's not going to work. So all has to crumble down for all of your blessings to come in. And so that's why I shared this message with you in this journey for the past few years, because I want you to relate to it and to understand that you didn't go through all of that for nothing. Like, it's not some cruel trick. Like, at one point, like when I got here, when I first got here, those first couple of days I was crying. I was pissed. I was like, universe, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm fucking mad at you right now. Like, God, I'm mad at you right now. Like why? Like, you know me, you know my heart. How the fuck did this happen? Like, I just did something. Like, you mean to tell me that my entire bloodline, my lineage now never has to deal with this toxicity again because I decided to break it? And now this is my reality now? Like, no. That's like, no. So yes, it's okay to have those feelings. If you're mad and you're upset and you don't understand, like, you're just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how much pain am I supposed to endure? Like, this is just the rest of my life? No, it's not going to be the rest of your life. You just can't build your new foundation and your new reality on that same bullshit. It has to crumble down because you're a completely different person. So my baby keeps moving. So I just wanted to bring you this and bring you that hope and really give you that inspiration and know, like, it's not going to be shitty forever. I'm still waking up every day in the same bullshit hotel, listening to people yelling at their kids and whooping their kids. And like, this is like, and I know like this shit don't resonate with me at all. At all. Like, it has to change. It has to. I'm a different person. I'm a completely different energy, different aura, different frequency. It's all brand new. So now I just have to wait and be patient and wait for my brand new reality on the exterior. And so do you. That you just got to be patient. And I know like that shit sucks because it's like I've been paid. Trust me, I know all of the shit that we go through day after day after day after day after day. Like trust me, I understand. But you need to understand that this is not going to be forever. Okay. So again, I just wanted to share that story with you to bring you some inspiration and know that it's just a part of the journey. And until next time, I love you and the universe loves you.